Good morning, friends. Today we'll see some topics related to the statistical analysis because this is needed for error analysis as well as for what is called as hypothesis testing. Okay, so I'll just move. Now, when we come across the numbers, then we try to get some information. Okay, and from that information we can have some conclusions. Okay, so like here we'll start with a few numbers. Like you can see here, now first parameter that we'll see is the range. Okay, now you can see in the data here. So exam was conducted in the class, and you can see the marks obtained by the boys, which is a group A, we can say. Then there is group B, the marks obtained by the girls. Now, we find the average or mean of these numbers. You'll come to know that the mean is same. Okay, mean is same. So just taking the average of the numbers will not give the clear idea. So first parameter will see what is the range. What is the range of the marks? So what we have to do? From the given group, we have to pick the maximum. What is the maximum here in this group? Boys group. What is the maximum marks?
40.
It is a 40. It is a maximum marks. Okay. And what is the minimum marks in this boys group? So range will be what? Maximum minus minimum. What is the minimum marks in the boys group? Yes?
70.
Minimum marks is 3. You have to see all the numbers, okay, carefully. Okay, we can take simple problem in the exam also. Okay. So 3. So range means what? Maximum minus minimum. So in boys group, maximum marks is 40. Minimum marks is 3. Similar way, we need to identify here in girls group also what is the minimum marks and maximum marks. So what is maximum mark in girls group? Please see. I may be wrong. Please understand. I may be wrong. Huh? Please check.
23.
It is 23 here, maximum marks. And minimum marks?
17.
17. Okay. So you take the difference. That will be range. So we can see here there is a very huge range, long, we can say long range for the boys group. And girls group, the range is very narrow. Okay. So this is called as a range. Okay. Difference between the maximum and minimum. Okay. Difference between maximum and minimum of the reading. And then we'll find the mean. So how we calculate the mean? You add all the numbers. You add all the numbers and divide by the number of the readings. So can we do the average for this? I will just show you mean for this readings, our readings. Okay, you calculate mean for this. What we have to do? You first add all the numbers, and how many numbers will count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So total readings are what? 10. So you add all the numbers 40, 38, 36, 70, 20, 19, 18, 3, 5, 4. You add all the numbers, then you divide how many readings are there? 10 readings. Divide by 10. So calculate the mean. Calculate the mean. Huh?
15.5.
It is 15.5. It is no, it is 20. You can recalculate if there is any.
Okay.
You add 40, 38, 36. I will just switch on the marker so you can see my cursor. You add first 14. I will go slowly. 38, 36,
17,
17, 20, 19, 18, 3, 5, 4. Add all the numbers.
For the boys, mean for the boys is 20.
Yeah, it is 20. Okay. So what we have to do simply, we have to add the numbers and divide by the how many readings are there. Now here there are 10 readings. Okay, so average we can say mean is 20. Now we'll calculate for the girls. So go on adding 19, 20, 22, 18, 21, 23, 17, 20, 22, 18. So you add, now divide by, now you hear same, 10 numbers of readings are there. So you need to divide by the 10.
10.
So find out the mean.
For girls, it's 19.
Is it 19? Please check.
Okay.
I calculated as 20. I may be wrong, huh? Please understand it. Now add all the numbers and then divide by 10 because here number of readings are 10. So here I will describe you the meaning. So many times we want to know what is the average of the something. Okay. So when we say what is the average salary of assistant professor, what is the average salary of associate professor in Pune, that way we can calculate. But some people may have more than that, less than that. So how to take into account that variation? We have just taken into account by means of range. Now there is one more, we can say more realistic parameter that is called a standard deviation we take. Okay? That we will learn today.
Yes, so the mean of girls is 20.
Yeah, both are having the 20, but if you see the range, there is a huge, we can say long range for the difference. 37 for boys and girls, more or less their performance is very similar. When range is less means what? Their performance is very similar. When range is long means what? Performance is very dissimilar. Okay. Either maybe students not attending regularly. Yeah. Yes.
In each group. Correct.
Yeah. Now mean for both boys and girls is 20. Now we move to the median. What is it? It is similar because I can say that it is similar to the mean, but it is not actually mean. Here, in median is what? We divide the data point in the half and we pick the middle number. What we do? Generally, we arrange the number in ascending order or descending order. Let us say we arrange the numbers in ascending order and then we divide the data into the two half portions. The middle number we pick. Okay. For the odd number, it will be middle. Okay. Middle number. For even number, we have to pick two middle number and then take the average of that two middle number. Okay. So I will give the example here. So there are the number 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So how many numbers are there? 1,
4.
2, 3, 4, and 5. So it is odd number. So we have to pick the middle number. First thing is that here it is already arranged in the ascending order. Okay. It is already arranged in the ascending order. So we have to take, it is a odd numbers 5. So we have to take middle one will be third one. So this is here median. Okay. Median will be 30 mm.
13.
Now we'll see that there are the readings are 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In case of even numbers, we have to pick two middle numbers and then find the average of that. Average means what? Mean. So 13 plus 14, you divide it by the 2. So that will be your median 13.5. But it is not actually average. Please understand. It is not actually average. So we just arrange the numbers in the ascending order. We pick the middle number for odd numbers. If it is even numbers readings, then we take middle two numbers and take average. Okay. So that is called as what? Median. So mean is better representative than the, we can say, median. But still some people use the median. Now we'll see the deviation. Deviation is simply meaning, now we have seen the readings. Okay. Now we have seen the readings of the marks also. We have already calculated mean, that is 20. Mean was 20. Now what is meant by deviation? Deviation is just a difference. We represent it as a DI. So it is a XI, any reading minus your mean reading. Okay. Any reading minus mean reading. That is called as what? Deviation. From this deviation, we can calculate the standard deviation. Please understand. From this deviation, we can calculate the standard deviation. Okay. Okay. So if you take average of all standard deviation, now like you take the example of the boys marks, girls marks. If you take summation of all standard deviation, it will be 0. It will be 0. So I have not checked that. You can check that. Okay, you can check that. Okay. So whether the summation of all standard deviation is 0. We'll just go back. So you just calculate standard deviation for boys marks. Mark is 40. Now you take the difference of 40. What is the here? Mean is 20. So your DI is coming
20.
20. Now similarly, you take second reading 38. 38 minus 20.
18.
18. Take 36 minus. So you go on calculating the DI, whether the summation is coming. What do we have to check? Whether the summation of this DI, whether the summation of DI is 0. Just check. Go on doing this. It is 16 here. Like this, you calculate. Like 17 is less than 20, so it will be negative. It is minus 3. Like this, you calculate and see whether the summation of DI is equals to 0 and tell me. Do in maybe 2 minutes. Okay. It will not take much time. Yes, please tell me whether the DI summation of DI summation of DI is 0.
Yes, sir, it is coming 0.
Yeah, our assumption is correct. Okay. Now we'll move to the, I will just clear this and then move to the next topic. Clear on. So we are just in the median deviation. From the deviation, we can find the standard deviation. So standard deviation is also called as root mean square. It is also called as what? Root mean square deviation. So root mean square means what? So we have to take square. We go in a reverse order. We have to take the square. Square of what? Di. Okay, so I have written the formula for Di here. So what you do first? Take the square. Root mean square deviation. It is also called as what? Root mean square deviation or standard deviation, denoted by the Greek letter sigma.
Sigma.
So what you have to do is we have to take the first square. Root mean square. We go in a reverse order. You take the square, then you take the mean. So before taking the mean, what we do? We take the summation. How we take the mean? We take the summation. Okay. So we go in a reverse order, root mean square. You take the square first, then add, then divide by number of readings. Then root. We have to take what? Square root. So we have to take the square root. We have to take the square root. So this is called as standard deviation or root mean square deviation. So take the deviation, root mean square you remember so that you can remember the formula. So you take the deviation, then make the square, then you try to find the mean. What you have to do? You have to sum the di square and divide it by the number of readings. Then comes the root. So you have to take the finally square root. Okay. This way we get the formula for standard deviation. So this standard deviation formula is applicable for population. Okay. When generally when number of readings are more than 20, then it is applicable. Okay. And square of sigma is called as variance. Square of sigma is called as variance. So there are two standard deviation. One is called as population or bias standard deviation. That is visible. One is called as population or bias standard deviation, which is applicable for very large number of readings. Please understand, when we study something, that numbers can be very huge. Okay, suppose we want to study the behavior of the people from the Pune. Okay, so that number is very huge. We cannot take the questionnaires from all the Pune citizens. So we take samples. We take the samples. Okay. Okay. So we take what? We take the sample. Okay. We take what? Sample. Okay. We take what? Sample. Okay. So this formula is applicable for what is called as population. So it is applied to the large number of reading, generally more than 20. Okay. So there is another formula. There is another formula for we can say sample when the sample is smaller. This is for big sample. It is also called as population or bias standard deviation, which is here the only difference is n. Okay. Now we'll see if the number of readings are less, what is the formula for the standard deviation? So this is a formula for what? Very large number of readings. So this is called as population standard deviation. When the number of readings are less, in that case, n is replaced by n minus 1. In that case, n is replaced by n minus 1. Suppose your readings are less than 20, then we have to consider the standard deviation. In that formula, sigma will be same. Only what is the, instead of n, we have to use n minus 1. So it is called as unbiased or sample standard deviation. Okay. It is called as what? Sample standard deviation. So it is not called as population standard deviation. It is called as what? Sample standard deviation or unbiased standard deviation. So generally, we use this sample standard deviation when population is not known. Like we want the calibration of voltmeter against a known voltage source. In that case, we can use this. So we need to understand these two formulas. One is for population, one is for sample. Okay. Sample standard deviation is for least number of readings. Sample standard deviation is for less number of readings. And population standard deviation is for what? Large number of readings. So during the problem solving, you will need this. Okay, we'll move further. Now, I am giving you the readings that are not arranged in the sequence. So you need to find mean. Need to find a mean, median, standard deviation on the population standard deviation and sample standard deviation. Okay, so you can start calculating. First is the mean. So in the mean, what you have to do is you have to add all the numbers like 5.3, 5.73, and then divide by number of readings. How many number of readings are there? 10 readings. So you find the x mean. You find the x mean. You just first go on adding the numbers here, like 5.3, then 5.75, 5.73 plus 6.777. You add this and then divide by number of readings. Here, number of readings are 10. So you divide by the 10. So you find the x mean and tell me what is value. Mean value.
Mean 5.616.
5.616. I'll just check. So please calculate yourself to get, because we'll put some 5.61. Yes. What answer is
616.
6?
5.61.
Okay, maybe little difference will be there. But you can check that. Okay. Now next task is arrange the numbers in the sequence. Okay. So generally what I do, I use the Excel. Okay. Excel can help you to arrange the numbers. Here numbers are very less, but in the real life, the number of data will be very huge. Okay. In that case, it is difficult. So I will just share my Excel sheet. So I will go to the Zoom. Stop sharing. Then I will go to the Excel. First, what you have to do is you have to write, type the readings. Okay, if it is already there, no problem. Hello, can you see the? Yes. First, you select the readings. Okay.
5666 ला असणार
Okay.
नाहीये 5661 ला
Select the reading.
मी आलो इकडे माझ्यावर नाही.
Okay.
एक मिनिट.
For arranging in the order, you select the readings and you go to the sort. Okay, in the data, you go in the data tab, there will be sort. Okay, so smallest to largest, you can sort that. Okay, so it has arranged. Okay, it has arranged the reading. Is it 5 point, what is the first reading?
Median
5.3.
5.695.
5.3. So I have arranged. Okay, you can see the number. Lowest number is 4.3. Highest number is 6.77. So it is how many readings are there? 10 readings. 10 readings is an even number, so we have to take two middle numbers. Two middle numbers is correct. Yes. Two middle numbers 5.64. Yes, it is correct. Two middle numbers 5. I'll make little bit bigger. So it is correct. 5.64 and 5.73. So you find the average of this. And the average of this. Okay. Find the average of this. So what is the median you got? Tell me. 5.64.
5.695.
Plus 5.73 divided by the 2. 5.685. Okay. In this way we calculate. First we have to arrange. So we arrange in the Excel with the help of what is called as sort, data sort. Okay. So I'll come back. Now, please understand here, I have not arranged here. Okay. I arranged, but maybe I have not copied properly. So it is showing the wrong numbers. What I have to do first, I have to make arrangement and then pick the two middle numbers and then take the average. Okay. Take the average. So that is our median. Okay, so I have arranged here in the ascending order. There I have not arranged here. I have arranged, not arranged. I think I have not arranged here again. So here what I did, I made the mistake. I am not arranged here. So because of that, I pick a wrong number. So my median is not correct. Okay. So in the median, you have to pay the attention that you have to first arrange the numbers in the ascending order. So for arranging the numbers, you can do manually. But if the numbers are very large, samples are there, sample readings, then we need to use the Excel. Okay. So the answer is wrong here because I have not arranged. Now we'll go for population standard deviation. Means we have to divide here. Here I have to divide by, for taking the mean, I have to use the n, then it is called as population standard deviation. If you use instead of n minus 1, then it is called as what? Sample standard deviation. So first you calculate, assuming that sample is big, you calculate the standard deviation. Okay, how will you start? So again, I will go to the Excel. Well, again, go to the Excel. Again, go to the Excel. So first you write down the readings here. Okay. Already if your readings, these are the readings. Then you find the root mean square of deviation. What is the name of the standard deviation? Root mean square. So first you find the deviation. Deviation means what? Deviation means the number minus mean. So mean is 5.613. Is it correct? Mean was 5.63. Mean was 5.613. Okay. So here I put the formula dollar, then name of the cell, dollar, and the number. So it will be fixed. So I find the difference for each reading. That is the DI. DI is the deviation. Okay. After that, what we have to do is we have to take the square. Root means square of deviation. So we take the square of this, multiply self with the self. Okay. So you get this. Then what we have to do is we have to make the summation of deviation square. And then you need to divide by the n. Okay. You need to divide by the n. N here is the 10. Okay. N here is the 10. If you do that, you will get t square by n. Now last step is you find out the square root. Find the square root. Are you getting this reading? 0.5944? Are you getting the reading of 0.5944 for standard deviation, population standard deviation? Are you getting the reading? This 0.5944. That is your standard deviation. Now, once we calculate standard deviation, it is asked that to find the, after calculating the population standard deviation, we need to find what is called as what? Sample standard deviation. For sample standard deviation, what we have to do is instead of n, we have to replace it by what? N minus 1. Replace it by the n minus 1. So we'll get the value. Now we'll get the value of sample standard deviation, that is 0.6265 or 0.6266. So we calculated both population standard deviation and sample standard deviation. We found that value of sample standard deviation is more than value of population standard deviation. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll meet after the 10 minutes.